Good morning, y'all. Grab a cup of coffee. We're going to get on this August results of income and expenses and all that stuff. We're going to make some decisions and talk about some things that we're going through. You know, life throws you curveballs and stuff like that. And August was an extraordinary month. How is it that extraordinary and then extraordinary is different? That's so weird. English language is crazy. And this month was not typical. Okay, so we'll talk about that as we go through it. But as you know, I've been investing in some of these things to gain some income to pay off my mortgage early. We just moved into this house in May, and I would like to take a 30-year mortgage down to about 15 years at least, if not less than. But you know, life, curveballs, things like that. We'll talk about that as we go along. But as of right now, August was a wonderful month, and we'll talk about income. This is W-2 income, right? Our jobs, $5,741.13. Now, August had 5 paydays, okay? Although this is skewed quite a bit because my wife's job, she works at a hotel, and it was sold or bought out, and the new owners basically gutted all the benefits, made everybody reapply. The old company paid out vacations and, you know, PTO time and all that stuff. So that's why this is inflated quite a bit. So normally this is going to probably be less than $4,000. So, you know, great month, but this is not typical, right? Dividends and interest, $729.35. A little bit lower than what we're projected, only because some of this stuff we didn't own the entire month of August either. So that's the one thing. Now options, $1,800. I have some things here, but don't look at that. $1,824. That's wrong. $1,800.24. This is not typical either. If you watched my video a couple weeks ago, I talked about how Warren Buffett saved me because I had a United Health UNH credit spread on that went in the money, and I was underwater for a long time and had to roll and all that stuff. And then Warren Buffett took an ownership stake or bought a whole bunch, and then it shot up and made me a bunch of money. So this is not typical. I budget about, not budget, but I plan on having about anywhere from $500 to $750 a month in option income going forward. Now we'll see. Maybe it could be more. I don't know. Credit card rewards, $39.70. That's the Fidelity 2% back cash back. Amazon, like I said, if you use the Amazon link down below, they send me a couple of pennies on everything you buy, and it doesn't cost you any extra. And they sent me a check for $26.53. YouTube, didn't make any money on YouTube. I probably will next month. I know I will next month, but typically, you know, small channel, I'm only going to get paid every 2 or 3 months. And because YouTube, you have to hit $100 in AdSense revenue for them to pay out. So nothing for YouTube today. Expenses were a bit high this month because there were 5 weeks basically. It was a longer month. We had some extra expenses. My car registration was due. We bought a plant, we bought bar stools, we bought a rug, I bought a printer, you know, things like that we're still settling into this house, and we're not done. We bought some art. We're not expensive stuff, but you know, $50 here, $100 there, it just adds up really quickly. So this is we went about $800 over budget, because our budget's about $3,700. So we spent a little bit more. And investments, about $2,850, and that you typically just went into this mostly. So overall, $943.89 in excess money. We are going to send $500 to the mortgage payment. That would save me $3,179 in interest and have 3 months of fewer payments. So that's awesome right there. So that's a big time investment or return on investment right there. So excess $443.89. That's just going to stay into cash. Going forward, I don't know what I'm going to do with the excess. There's things I need to plan for. For instance, expenses going up. The fact that benefits at my wife's job was cut. Health insurance will probably go up. What else is going to go up? I don't know. In a couple years, I probably need to either put some money into fixing our current car, which is almost 10 years old, or buying a new car. The HVAC system in our home is really old. Still works, but it's really old. And we might have to consider doing something with that. Now I can use home equity to pay for that and stuff like that. But still, that's going to be an expense overall. So I'm just going to have to play and figure this out. I might end up getting another part-time job. Me and my wife both work part-time jobs here. Luckily for us, like my wife is nervous that she's going to lose her job, but I don't think she will. But luckily for us, our jobs are replaceable pretty easily. We're not in a niche, we're not educated at all. We work entry-level type jobs that anybody can get. So replacing our income is not hard, is what I'm saying. Although the older we get, the harder it might become. So that's it there. Was there anything else? I think that was it. People were interested in options. I'm going to go through options right now. I'm pretty much only doing credit spreads at the moment. I'm kind of playing earnings in the options, and we'll talk about that here. So let's look at, where did my picture go? Let's see here. Image, put image over cells. There we go. August 29th. That's not the right one. Where did my other one go? Oh, that is the right one. Okay. So August 29th, we had $247.64, and I had one that closed out. So we made about $300 for the week last week. We had a Dollar General credit spread that was on earnings. 500 wide, 100 put, 95 put. We got $58 for that. FedEx, we did a 250 wide. Now, when I say that, it's the difference between the strikes. 225 minus 222.50 is $2.50. But you times that by 100 shares, which is the contract. So $250. We got $41 there. Snow, we did a 500 wide spread there, got $78. And United Health, I played that one again. Almost screwed me again, honestly. Got $68 there. So if we look at September, what I did not September, but the last week of August, if we look at this, now I would have typically have liked to put these on Monday, September 1st, but since the market's closed, I put them on Friday. So they're going to be put into September's totals because I'm counting the option income in the month it was collected. So when you sell an option, you collect the money, it gets deposited in your account right now, and you can use it. So if something goes wrong with the option and you have to buy it back for a loss or whatever, that's going to have to go on the next month. But we did a Costco credit spread. There's no earnings there. 920 and 915 got $65. These are all expiring on September 5th. So these are all 1 week options. Dollar Tree, they have earnings. I did a 195 put spread, collected $73 for that one. DocuSign, they have earnings. I did a 65 and 60 put spread, collected $54 there. FedEx, there's no earnings there, but I did a 225, 220 put spread. I collected $70 there. I meant to do the 222.50. I was wondering why I got so much money on that one. And then Lululemon, they have earnings. I did a 170 to 165 put spread, collected $60. So all in all for the week, $325.30. So not too shabby. Can't complain. So there's the options. Like I said, this month is extraordinary. This is not typical whatsoever. So 443.89 is excess. I got to make some decisions. I will put some money in September into these. I'll probably average down on MSTY and probably YMAX is my guess. And I want to add 2 blocks and GIAX because those are two. I like those two. And then QDVO, but you know they're not offering me a lower price, so we'll see how that goes. But anyhow, that's how August went for me. Hope you guys had a good August as well. And summer's almost over. It seems like it just started, but I'm ready for these hot temperatures to go away because it's been like 100, 105 here lately. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye bye.